Hi, I'm Jennifer, a Hopeful Homemaker, and welcome. Here we are for a series of videos about applique. Today, what I will be showing you is how to make your own bias tape using any fabric that you like in a way that is simple and so much fun. It can be used with any pattern that requires bias tape of any size. See the links below so that you can follow along with the series and catch other videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy this method. Thanks for watching and welcome again. Welcome to the video on making your own bias tape. You can see I have a piece here that's a 1/2 inch wide, and because it's on the bias, it folds and flexes and bends easily. I'm going to show you how to make a 1/4 inch wide strip of bias tape. The first step is to cut the fabric on the diagonal. This allows the stretch in the bias to be used to your advantage. Because I'm making a 1/4 inch, I need to cut it at 3/4 of an inch, so I have seam allowance on both sides. So I've cut a 3/4 inch strip. Now I'm going to take my ruler, and with a tool called a Hera marker, H-E-R-A, made by Clover, I am going to crease the fabric. So I'm pushing down on the fabric along the edge of the ruler like I would with a rotary cutter. If you don't have a Hera marker, as you saw, you can use the dull or back side of a butter knife with similar effect. So now I'm going to press it down. You can see how easily that just folded and pressed on a consistent 1/4 inch line because I had creased it. So now I'm going to do the same thing, line the ruler up, and I'm going to again crease at a 1/4 inch in so that I have a 1/4 inch wide piece of bias tape when I'm done. Once again, it's going to be pressed really easily along the fold, and you'll see that now I have a piece of bias tape. The trick when it's only 1/4 of an inch wide, and this is the only width, a 1/4 inch or smaller, that you would need to do this, is you've got a lot of bulk on the back because you've got a double layer of fabric on the back. So in order to avoid that bulk, I'm going to reopen it, and I'm now going to trim 1/8 of an inch away from the edge on both sides. So I just trimmed 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm going to press it again and get my side, that side all ready to go. And then I will flip it, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. It can be a little finicky, but it's worth being patient and getting it lined up so that you have a consistent seam allowance on both sides of your fabric. So I'm going to line this up again. Once I have it fully lined up, I'm going to again trim from the edge 1/8 of an inch. So this is leaving me with a 1/8 inch seam allowance on my 1/4 inch bias tape. Again, I wouldn't do this on a bigger one. When you have a 1/2 inch wide bias tape, you don't need to do this. This is just for a 1/4 inch, but 1/4 inch is a really great size to use with a lot of stems and leaves and other details in your applique. So you can see I have a great piece now here. There's a 1/4 inch. You can also see that you can use this same method to make shapes that are wider at the bottom and shorter at the top, maybe for a stem. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own bias tape. Hit subscribe for more content and catch the links below so that you can see other videos in the series to learn more about hand applique.